Hi guys, Eugenia here from Mindfulness, a place where we talk about how to transform the mindset to have that life and body you want. Today I want to talk about the power of positive thinking so that you can achieve your fitness goals, your health goals, and your life goals. So what is positive thinking? Positive thinking is focusing on solutions. And what the word says already, it is focusing on the positive. So it's looking at what I can do instead of what I can't do. Positive thinking is also being curious and less judgmental. Less judgmental towards others and less judgmental towards ourselves. See, our brain is wired to be negative. It will be focusing on how to stay safe. It will be focusing on looking out for danger because that's how it's wired. So it is our default mechanism to go into that negative mindset. But the problem is, if we always focus on what we don't have, what we can't do, what we have never been able to achieve, we will never be able to do that. Why? Because if your mind is always focusing on, I can't lose weight, I can't go to the gym, I don't have the time, I don't have the money to exercise, that's where your focus will be. So how are you going ever to change it if you're not thinking about how can I actually do it? Yeah, so be aware that negative self-talk, those stories that we keep telling ourselves, what I can't do, what I've never been able to do, those stories, they become your reality. They become your life. You start living those stories that you keep repeating over and over and over again. Our mind is really lazy. It doesn't come up with new stories very often. It really keeps repeating those stories over and over and over again. And actually, sometimes even people say, you know what, I'm actually bored of myself. Yes, because those thoughts are very repetitive. So how to change it? Let's change it. Let's actually get out of those freaking stories that are just so boring, and let's change your life. Let's change your health, your body, and live that life that you really deserve. Today I want to give you three tips how you can change to a positive mindset. How to use that power of positive thinking. Number one is being curious, being more curious and less judgmental. When I say being curious is looking for why have I done something, or how did it happen, why do I feel that certain way? Because when we come from that place of being curious and rather than judgmental, we come from a space of or place of love, of compassion, rather than always harsh on ourselves, and even rather than punishing yourself. So think about a moment when you got home, you didn't plan to do it, but you did do it. You actually ate half a block of chocolate. And instead of punishing yourself and going then for a run around the block, or thinking, how many hours do I need to be on that treadmill to use all those calories up? That's a really punishment. It's judgmental. It's, oh my God, I've done it again. I've always been doing this and I just can't do it. I just don't have that willpower. That's a judgmental state. So instead of being judgmental, is we want to be curious, and that is, okay, I had half of a block of chocolate. It's not ideal. I don't want to repeat that very often. But hey, why did I do it? Well, it was really tired. I was very tired. It was a very long day, and I was actually very, very tired. I needed that energy. I needed something for comfort. Okay, I get it. So what can I do instead next time? Yeah, and then next time I can, okay, well, if I'm tired, I will just actually lie down and have a nap or turn music on and just relax. Or I will go around the block and have a walk, or I will go and have a coffee in a place that I like. So do you hear it? It's a different mindset. It's a different approach. Next time when something happens to you, that you will be coming from a space of love. That's where the heart is. Space of love rather than from your mind, because that's the critical part of us. It's our mind. Our heart is not critical. Our heart is good to us. It's loving us. Yeah. So that's number one. Number one is being curious and coming out from a place of curiosity and compassion rather than judgment. Number two, the power of positive thinking is appreciating what we have rather than what we don't have. And I like to tell you a story. I love telling stories. A story of a friend of mine who came to New Zealand. She is originally from the Netherlands, and she came to New Zealand and was living here for a year. Within that year, she was focusing on, I don't like it here. I'm lonely. I don't have the food that I like to have. I miss my friends. I miss my family. And actually, I don't like how things are running here in New Zealand. Europeans find it really slow in New Zealand because people are more relaxed and more chilled. So that's what she struggled with. So she was focusing on what she didn't have in New Zealand, what she was missing, and her life was really hard. So 1 year later, she left actually New Zealand and she went back to the Netherlands. And I emailed her then a few weeks later and asked her, so how are you going? How are you doing? Do you feel better now we're actually back and you're probably feeling better? And she said, no, I don't. I miss New Zealand. I miss the nature. I miss the people who are much more relaxed and comfortable and just have got that she'll be alright, mate attitude. And she was missing it. And she said to me, you know what? It was a mistake. I was idolizing my home country and was creating that space like it's green on the other side. She was creating that picture how it's going to be back home. But once she got there, she realized the grass is not green on the other side, and the ideal picture is not reality. It's completely created and made up, so it's not the truth. So when she was back in the Netherlands, she was focusing on what she didn't have in the Netherlands. She was focusing on what she would have back in New Zealand. So the lesson here, either way, she's missing out. The problem is when we focus on what we don't have, or when we can't appreciate what we have, we are missing out. We are living in that miserable state and are not going to be happy. So the lesson here is too, when we come back to our bodies, if we focus on what we don't have, what we can't do, we are not going to be happy. And seriously, you can have so many diet plans and follow diet plans. If you are not happy, you're not going to feel good about yourself. And most likely, you are going then to look for some comfort food because internally you are not happy. So just following a diet plan, not gonna work. Yeah, so let's create that happiness within yourself. Let's focus on what you can appreciate, about what can you do with your body. You can walk, you can go out and do things that you would love to be doing. You have family, you have friends, and take them with you. They would probably appreciate. They probably are looking for someone they can do it with as well. So let's focus on what you have. Do you have a nice home? Enjoy it. Make it really nice and comfortable. You don't need food to make yourself comfortable then, because you have that comfortable environment. So let's appreciate what you have instead of what you don't have. Number 3, focus on what you want to have instead of what you don't want to have. Because when we turn around into, okay, what is it what I want to have? How do I want to actually feel? I want to feel confident. I want to feel comfortable within myself. I want to be strong, and I want to feel empowered. What do I want to think about myself? I want to think that I can do it. Of course I can do it. That I deserve to be healthy, that I deserve love, and I can do it, and I will do it. So once you focus on what you actually want, you can then create that life. You can focus on what are the actions that you're going to take. Are you going to eat at least 2 healthy meals a day? Maybe at least 4 times a week cooking your own meals, and maximum 2 takeaways a week. So let's just start with those basics. Let's maybe move your body. Yeah, and just for the sake of moving, that way you will feel much more stronger within yourself. You will feel much more empowered because you feel that progress. And that's all we need. We lose motivation, and that's the number one thing when people say, I just don't have the motivation. We lose motivation because it's too hard and because we don't see progress. So how to create a progress is to create little steps, little wins throughout the day that you feel like, wow, I've achieved it again. Wow, again, I'm so good. I can do it. That's just how it works. If it's too hard, if you focus on all I want is just losing 40 kgs, man, it's going to be hard. You're not going to be able to do that because there is no progress. There will be such slow progress, but your focus is on, again, what I don't have is I'm still 45 kgs away, or 35, or I still haven't lost that weight, I still haven't achieved that goal. That is draining. It's not gonna work. So let's focus on what you can do, and let's create that progress, because then your mind will do it automatically. Automatically, you're not gonna be grabbing a piece of chocolate when you feel uncomfortable. You will do something that loves you back. You will do something that actually makes you feel good even after. Not just now, not just immediately, but even after. Okay, so what have we discussed today? Number 1 is coming from a place of curiosity rather than judgment. Number 2 is focusing on what you can appreciate today. And number 3 is focusing on what you can have instead of what you can't have. I hope it's been helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. I love talking about the powerful mindset because I think everything drives, all our habits, all our actions are driven by our mindset. And hey, we can work with it. Yeah, we can actually manipulate it so that it works for us rather than against us. Otherwise, let's connect on Facebook at Eugenia Nutrition Coach or Mindfulness, Nutrition and Mindfulness Coaching. Otherwise, find me on Instagram. Let's connect, let's talk, let's create that conversation, and let's transform that mindset to live a life, to have a body that you deserve and that you want. So looking forward to connecting with you, and let's talk soon again. Bye.